I do a lot of trolling for walleye and brown trout with small crankbaits, but I always worry about a pike or muskie biting through my thin line. Even with this risk of a toothy monster cutting my line, I hesitate to put a thick leader on because I figure it'll affect the ability of the lure to work properly. Well, today we're finally testing that idea to see how different weight leaders will affect a small crankbait. One of the most common baits I troll for walleyes and browns is a size 5 flicker shad like this one, so I set it up with 4 different leaders, each at 10 inches long. I used 8-pound monofilament, 15-pound fluorocarbon, 20-pound fluorocarbon, and 30-pound monofilament. Underwater, you can see that the flicker shad has a nice strong wobbling action and does not appear to be affected at all by the 8-pound leader line. Here it is switched to the 15-pound fluorocarbon leader, then the 20-pound fluorocarbon leader, and then the 30-pound monofilament leader. To my surprise, the flicker shad with the 30-pound leader worked exactly the same as with the 8-pound leader, although the 30-pound leader and knot was certainly more visible in the water. Since that didn't show a difference in lure action, I decided to try a tiny Rapala ultralight crankbait, which is only 3 centimeters long. I started with the 8-pound leader again and then moved right to the 30-pound mono to see if there was a difference. Surprisingly, even this tiny crankbait seemed to move just fine with the 30-pound leader. So just for kicks, I then put on a 12-inch 30-pound steel leader on this little crankbait. I was amazed that it still worked fine with this heavy leader. It appears that the force of the moving water on these crankbaits was plenty to get them to work properly in the water, even with the 30-pound mono or 30-pound steel leader in front of them. I will say that this test was only looking at the lure's action when bringing them back at a straight retrieve. If you are using a jerkbait or other bait with pauses during the retrieve, I think the leader would have more of an effect. But if I'm retrieving or trolling these small crankbaits, I'm no longer concerned that the bait is unable to work properly because of a thick leader. The only question that remains in my mind now is whether the fish will see the thicker leader and bite less often. We'll have to figure out a way to answer that question next. Thanks for watching and good luck fishing. We'll catch you next time.